will state his parliamentary inquiry.
Madam Speaker, in order to try to figure out what we're doing, how much damage to the country, I tried to get a copy of the bill. We have out here on the table 2454 that has 1,090 pages in it, but I've understood since debate in here that there's another 300 pages that were added in the middle of the night. My inquiry is, how do I get a copy of the other 300 pages that people on here or here on the floor hadn't had a chance to read or see? Where do we get that before we cram this down on the American people?
The amendment is printed in the Rules Committee report.
In the Rules Committee report, and Madam Speaker, where would I get that report?
The rule was passed earlier today.
I'm sorry.
The rule was passed earlier today.
Rules passed it earlier today.
The rule was passed earlier today.
Right. That is basically we're going to the floor without everybody being able to get a copy in the Speaker's lobby as normally required.
The gentleman is not asking a parliamentary inquiry.
Well, I'm asking an inquiry because I really want to know. Normally, the rules require we have access to a copy of the bill so we can look at it. And
the amendment was included in the Rules Committee report.
All right, but where is it? It's up at, there's one copy in the Rules Committee. Is that the answer?
It was part of the Rules Committee report that was part of the rule that was passed earlier today.
It was part of the rule passed earlier today, but where is a physical copy I can get and look at?
The chair is not responsible for disseminating these documents.
Chair is not responsible for disseminating copies. I appreciate that. I was just asking for where I can get a copy. I know your hands are full, and congratulations on the position. I think the President did a great thing, but I'm still needing a copy of the other 300 mysterious pages that we don't get to see here.
From Texas.
Madam Speaker, I'm going to ask a parliamentary inquiry.
Gentlemen, will take this parliamentary inquiry.
Is there somewhere physically in the House of Representatives a copy of what we're voting on?
The gentleman has not stated a parliamentary inquiry that the chair can answer.
All right, let me digest that, Madam Speaker. I have another parliamentary inquiry. Madam Speaker,
parliamentary inquiry.
Is there a rule of the House that requires a copy of the pending legislation to be present in or near the body?
Chair is not aware of such a rule.
Beg your pardon?
Chair is not aware of such a rule.
So there is no such rule?
Not aware of one.
Okay. I appreciate that honest answer. One more parliamentary inquiry.
General will state his parliamentary inquiry.
If a bill for which there is no copy were to actually pass this body, could bill without a copy be sent to the Senate for its consideration? No copy.
The official copy will be at the desk, and the chair cannot comment about extra copies.
The official copy will be at the desk. Could I inquire as to when that copy will be at the desk? Or is it parliamentary inquiry? Is it necessary that the official copy be at the desk in order for final passage to occur?
The official copy is always at the desk during consideration of the bill.
Then where is it, Madam Speaker?
At the desk.
It's now at the desk? Is it now? It is. I appreciate the congressman who brought it in. That's not it. That is not at the desk. Well, while we research where the official
or even knows where it's at. And here we are talking about major policy that could change the face of America, that will certainly be a large tax increase to our taxpayers, and here we don't even know where the bill is. So I'm just shocked at the way we're running this House today before we leave to go on our Independence Day holiday. And I will say that the government's first priority right now should be addressing our economy and jobs, and economists can tell you that one of the surest ways to prolong a recession and to damage an economy is to raise taxes. My friends on the other side of the aisle really didn't get that memo. This plan for carbon emissions taxes amounts to a $646 billion tax increase on the American public, and it will have a negative effect upon every American family, upon business, upon family farms, and families' energy costs will increase. In fact, it is said that utility costs can go up anywhere from 30 to 50%, not to even mention what cost increase will be upon manufacturing. So,
Gentlewoman, time has expired.
Madam Chairman, I will just tell you that I hope we get a copy of the bill so we can at least look at it before we enact this policy.
Madam Speaker, I'm going to ask unanimous consent for a brief recess to find the official copy that includes everything passed at the Rules Committee last night, because I am told that what is at the desk is 300 pages. That cannot be the official copy. So I ask
objection. Is there objection?
I would object, but ask the gentleman to yield to me if he would.
Okay. Well, why don't you reserve the right?
I reserve the right. I reserve the right to object, and I would
be happy to yield to my friend from Massachusetts on his reservation.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. The manager's amendment, which is, I think, what is of concern to him, is on the Rules Committee website that can be accessed right now by, and has been there and available for any member or any citizen of the United States to be able to read. It is on the website, and
do members have access to the website on the floor of the House?
In the cloakroom, there is access to it. We have these similar technological capacity in our cloakroom, yes.
In the cloakroom, but not on the floor. I mean,
it is also available at the desk. It is, as the Speaker has continued.
Reclaiming my time on the gentleman's reservation and on the unanimous consent request, what is at the desk that is physically available for any member of this body who's engaging in the debate is not apparently the official copy. It is missing 300 pages. Now, what's on the website is almost immaterial because
but it's up there as well.
It's unprecedented in this gentleman's history in the Congress to not have usually at least 2 copies that both sides can access during the debate on the floor.
If the gentleman would yield again.
I'm just asking for a 15-minute recess to get an actual copy that we can access. And I'll yield to the gentleman on his reservation.
I continue to reserve my right to object. There is a copy of it up there on the Speaker's podium at the desk.
It's missing 300 pages.
And it is not missing the 300 pages. They're all up there. Everything you're looking for is up there next to the Speaker. And it is available on the Rules Committee website for anyone and everyone to have access to. But it's sitting right up there.
All right. Well,
the 300 pages are right up there.
I'm going to ask a unanimous request to give me a minute to go down and look at that and see if it actually is 1,300 pages.
I would have to object at this time because the actual document is sitting there right now and has been sitting there as it has been on the website for the entirety of this debate.
So the gentleman does object?
I do object,
okay.
Yes.
Gentleman objects. I want to yield 1 minute to Mr. Price.
Gentleman from Texas will state his parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, the parliamentary inquiry is, and I was just at the dais, and the clerks, as always, are immensely helpful, but apparently the